Hello, welcome back. Today I have a very deep message, and I want every single one of you to think about what I'm going to tell you right now, because as a trader, I do believe that one of the most important things is to have a strong mind, alright? And today I will be talking about how life works. You see, this life is perfectly programmed to not be the same always, to not be predictable. So we can actually use the fact that the world, that the earth is made, the universe itself is made to not be predictable itself can already help us. So how can we actually profit from the fact that nothing can be forever repeatedly the same? There is some type of code of life that makes sure that things will not just be the same or life would be boring. All right? Even though we know that every day, every morning, the sun will rise and every night it will go away. You can see that there is always these details to make sure that it will not always be like that. Sometimes you cannot see the sign because of the clouds in the sky. All right? Even though the sun is there, you cannot see it because we cannot always predict that the sun will be there. So you will not always wake up at the same time every day. It doesn't matter if you are a hardworking man, if you are the most disciplined man in the world, at some point you will not make it as you should make it. It will not always be the same way because life itself is trying to make sure that nothing will be repeatedly the same. So the fact that you started to predict your losses shows that your life is predictable. And remember what I told you. It cannot always be like that. When you start something at this point, let's say this is point A. You start something. At the beginning of your project, you already know that it will not go well. It will not work as you expect. All right? And then you start, you go, and then your project dies. All right? You predicted this because it's how things go most of the time. And you start a new one and you know that the same thing will happen again. You try a different project and it always dies. Doesn't matter the direction you choose to go. When you start that project, it will end up dying, right? And this is a sign that life is becoming predictable for you, that you predict what is happening, which cannot happen. Things cannot always be the same. So always remember this. You have a limited amount of failure, all right? There is a limited amount of times you can fail. So what I advise you to do is the following. Fail as many times as necessary. Each season of your life, fail. Don't be scared to fail because it's like some type of task you are doing. Your failure becomes some type of mark check, all right? Some type of book check that you need to always check and say, yes, I did fail again. And then when you already failed, when you fail enough, there is no more space for predictability. At some point, after failing so much, there is no space for failure no more. Because life itself, it tries to not be predictable, it will eventually end up doing something you never seen before. All right? And this will be your era of winning. And the same thing will repeat again and again. And unfortunately, the winning era does not come as much as the losing era. All right? So, when you understand that this is actually how life works itself, we always are in this type of back and forth with ourselves that you already predict how the thing's gonna go. So if you keep on failing, you will end up getting to your finish point. So now I will explain to you how can people mess this up. Because if this works automatically, that means that eventually every one of us will end up winning, which is not true. Because when you are in this failure era, the only way of messing up is not be active. You try once, all right? And then after 10 years, you try again. After 20 years, you try again. Eventually, you will end up dying before getting to what you need to get to. Because if you keep on taking 10 years, 5 years break, to get here, you will need to have around 300 or even 500 years old to keep on trying. So the faster you keep on trying, the faster you keep fighting, the earlier you end up winning. If you see any young winner, any young millionaire around there, ask them when they started. They probably started thinking about making money when they were 12 and taking action at around 15. Because the earlier they started to fail again and again and again, their winning season got there early as well. But if you keep on taking 10 years break, eventually it will add up and you will not be able to get not even a second failure era. All right, some of you are literally still on the first era of failure. And I wonder, how do you think that you will end up getting here? Because look, the more you progress, the bigger the space is. You have more failures to do. You have more mistakes to do. The bigger you go, the bigger you work. It's not the opposite. Some people think that the harder they work, the failure will gonna go smaller and smaller and smaller. But no, your failures will increase as you work harder. And that is the reason why people end up giving up, because this is like blind love, all right? Love only works because we believe in it, not because we have proof of it. The only thing that makes love work is because we believe in it. You don't have proof that your mother actually loves you, or your father, or your sister, your girlfriend, or your wife. You don't have any proof of that, but you believe in it because you want it to be true, and it's beautiful to believe that it is true, all right? So the only thing that makes working hard, expecting the win, is the fact that we do not know if it's actually there, but we believe in it. And remember this, life will not always be predictable. You cannot forever lose. That is guaranteed. I'm telling you, you will not forever lose. You cannot be a constant loser. That is not acceptable. Life cannot be that predictable. At some point, it will give you a winning season. But I want to tell you something, all right? It's not because you've got to your winning season that now you will live your dream. Here is the part where you start doing everything you did here correctly, all right? And if you do it correctly and you manage to do it every day, again and again, knowing that you are in your winning season, eventually this will end up getting you to that big dream you wanted to. But the same thing happens down here, all right? If you are not concentrated enough to work hard, all right? Even if you get to your winning season, you will start feeling like, so smart, I'm so smart, look at what I've got. And then you're gonna work a little bit hard because money is coming in. And when the winning season ends and the problems come back again, look what happens, straight back to the beginning. And this is a reality. And if you don't take it seriously and if you don't believe in it, just keep doing what you've been doing, okay? Try a little bit there, take a pause of 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, come back, and eventually you will see that your life will literally be the same forever. And Do not think that break of 10 years is the biggest one. Even that 1 day break is already crazy. Because if you put 1 day on each of this, it can add up to 30 years. Okay? Do you have 30 years? Do you have 30 years of pause, of just relaxing at home? You don't. So that 1 day pause is already crazy. Okay? I'm not telling you to work like crazy. I'm not telling you to never take a break and enjoy life. But if you're not here yet, remember that time is adding up and is getting less possible to get to the winning season. We all have a winning season. There is not a single one of us here that doesn't have a winning season. If you're not here yet, it's because you are in one of these areas, and the faster you keep working and the faster you restart when you fail, when you fall, the faster you try again and again and again, the quicker you will finish your failure tasks to start your winning season.